All right, everybody, welcome to Friday. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great Friday.
Hello. It's Friday. I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back with you. It's been a while.
It has.
It's been a good 2 centuries.
Feels like it. It has been a while, but we're slowly getting back into the rhythm of things, so we'll get back on track here.
Yeah.
And having Austin and I back doing some movie stuff is part of that process. But we got to start with the headlines.
All right, coming straight from Washington, these are the headlines.
Sort of Washington. All right, here we go. 10 harsh realities of rewatching the original Mad Max trilogy. Nothing will ever top the Road Warrior. 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 I'm losing count, but nothing will ever top the Road Warrior. That is just it. That's the reality. If you go back and watch all 3 of them, nothing is better than the Road Warrior. Not the first one, Mad Max, which was very good, by the way. I like Mad Max a lot. And the third one was Thunderdome.
Beyond Thunderdome.
The first one was good. Or Beyond Thunderdome. The Thunderdome, the first half was good. The second half was weird. With the kids and all that stuff. It was weird. But the Road Warrior is simply the best one. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, Road Warrior is actually pretty good.
It's very good.
I still need to see Fury Road.
Oh, you haven't seen Fury Road yet?
Yeah, it's on the list of stuff that I need to watch before, Yeah.
All right, Dear Abby, how should I handle an upcoming Thanksgiving dinner?
The answer is quite simple. Just keep calm and make sure that you have a SWAT team on speed dial.
Well, that would be part of it, but really, it's just dinner. It's just dinner. Just go have dinner, play nice, then leave. Don't overcomplicate.
That too.
I should take the Dear Abby role. This is the questions they ask Dear Abby. Oh, I've got invited to dinner. How should I feel about that? Well, let me tell you. All right, moving right along. Old-fashioned baked apple cider donuts recipe.
Hey, Grandma.
Yeah. Old-fashioned baked apple cider donut recipe. Okay, apple cider super tasty. Old-fashioned donuts are awesome, and it's a donut. So, Gabrielle?
What? No!
Nah, just ask my grandma. She'll do it.
All right, Grandma, you're on it. Go get Grandma. All right, so we got to move on to the movies. It's great to have Austin back to talk about movies.
I'm back here to share with you some movies because I've already given you my Halloween spooky picks. Now I'm just gonna go back of a good something years and just talk about films that I want to talk about.
There we go. All right. But we got to talk about movies in theaters because I care so much about the theaters.
Yeah, you got to go to the movie theater, check out a film, get some popcorn or some candy or something, and just sit back and let the good times roll.
Yes, absolutely. So, coming out this weekend, we have What Happens Later. This is a older generation movie, but starring Meg Ryan and David Duchovny. They get stuck in an airport and they meet each other, and it's a love story kind of thing. It is R, probably just for language, but if you're into that kind of thing, it's probably a decent show. The other one coming out in the theaters is Priscilla. This is also R-rated, but again, probably more for language than anything else. Priscilla is the love story of Priscilla Boulay, whatever, and Elvis Presley. Yes, this is Priscilla Presley, the story of her meeting and falling in love with Elvis Presley. This should be interesting. I don't know the point that their perspective that they're coming from, so it might be jaded or slanted one way or another. But if you're a big Elvis fan, it's probably on your bucket list to watch. So that's what's coming out in the theaters. Not the most exciting, but still good. Still worth a bucket of popcorn.
Yeah,
check those out.
Interesting, even if that I think the second one would be more interesting because the first one just simply seems like Meg Ryan trying to recapture the magic of when Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle.
When Harry Met Sally is a good movie, but not everybody's cup of tea. But I really liked it.
Yeah, I love it.
Sleepless in Seattle was good too, but yeah, I don't know. This one seemed a little off. I'm not sure. I read the bio on it, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
that's why we go to the movie theater to check things out.
Yeah, I'm not magician. Anyway, so
All right, so movie.
now it's time for my movie review.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an important movie. This is a movie that deals with issues that are still prevalent in our society, and really, it's just a great movie in general. And it came out 61 years ago. I know that's I know it's a lot to take in. So I'll give you a moment to breathe. Okay, just breathe in, breathe out, and now we get to the movie. So from 1962, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, what is To Kill a Mockingbird about? Well, it's based on the novel by Harper Lee and centers on Atticus Finch, and is basically there's two storylines. One is the lawyer Atticus Finch basically defending a black man who's been accused of a crime that he didn't commit, and it deals with the racism of pretty much the South during the 1930s, and the other story, which centers basically on the coming of age of Atticus's daughter. Trying to think here. Scout! Yes, Scout. And, yeah, pretty much everything that plays out from there, it's really fantastic. And a lot of that is Gregory Peck's performance as Atticus Finch. Like, he gives a great career-defining performance here because he's a lawyer that is pretty much determined to defend the man despite this, no matter what race, he just wants to defend the man because he is innocent. He doesn't care about race. He cares about defending someone who is innocent, and that's really important because, well, there's a lot of cases where we probably needed a lawyer like Atticus Finch these days because there's a bunch of crooked lawyers that, well, they end up screwing people over. But at the same time, he's also he's a good father to his children and teaches them basically is how you should see things from their perspective, and yeah, he gives a great performance here, and it's very easy to see how he won an Oscar for that. Yeah,
it's a good movie, and to piggyback on your point about lawyers, he's a defense attorney, and the role of a defense attorney is actually to vigorously defend your client regardless of everything else. So you got to it's not putting blinders on. If you take that job, you have to vigorously defend them and just go for it. And that's what he did. I think that was the hard part, is because during the time, not only when they made the film, but when the time frame that the film was supposed to be in, racism was a very big thing. Segregation was still a big thing.
Yeah,
these were just huge issues, and it was very polarizing. So to be a defense attorney and defend a black man during those times, whether it was when they were filming the movie or when the movie was portrayed, very, very difficult thing to do. And that he did a very good job.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Couple that with some great cinematography and a beautiful musical score courtesy of Elmer Bernstein, who did movies like The Magnificent Seven and Ghostbusters. And you got
good music.
Yeah, and you got a film that is, you gotta see To Kill a Mockingbird. If you haven't seen it, you better do so, because that's gonna be something that you're gonna regret, because it's a film that needs to be seen.
Yeah, it's a very educational film. Maybe not, we're used to flashy, colorful, all kinds of movies these days. It is an older film. There's a lot more dialogue than there is action and stuff, but the dialogue is very important. It's actually quite engaging.
Yeah.
So if you allow yourself to even sometimes just kind of sit back and listen to it, like an audiobook or something like that, it's still really, really good.
Yeah,
so you'll find yourself lost in the characters and whatnot. It is good.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
You can probably find it on most streaming services.
Yeah, it's probably found on most streaming services, and
it's probably $2 or $3 on YouTube if you wanted to pay.
Yeah, that, and you could probably find the DVD or Blu-ray for the movie somewhere on Amazon.
Yes, absolutely. Very good. Good choice. To Kill a Mockingbird, everybody.
Yeah.
Check that out. Go to the movie theaters. That's what the weekends are for, is doing some fun things, some different things, learning some new stuff. So go do that. All right, we gotta move on with the day.
Yeah,
you remember what comes up next?
I think. Does Gary have an epic game for us?
I don't know. Does Gary have an epic game for us?
guys, this week at the Epic Game Store, they're only giving away one free game, unfortunately. But the game that they are giving away is pretty cool. It's called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Kind of like a combination game. You're a turnip, and you're living in a little society of vegetables and food-based beings, I'll just say. Mayor Onion is your mayor. It's tax time, and you have no intention of paying. What you do, you solve puzzles, you figure out ways to avoid paying taxes, you battle the baddies that Mayor Onion sends out to attack you. You try to overturn the vegetable government, right? All the while committing tax evasion. It's a cute game, but it's one of those kind of games that looks cute, seems like it would be easy, but not so easy. It's free. It's free at the Epic Game Store this week. Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Check it out. Free at the Epic Game Store this week. Bye.
They're free!
If not,
Yeah.
What happens next after this?
Well, chances are we probably want to. Let's see. Let's go back a bit into the beard past with our man Zach, or maybe we could see what Gabrielle has to say about the National Day.
Let's rock, paper, scissors for it. Oh. What did you have?
I think I just had a scissors.
Okay,
or something.
let's do it again because we were off.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
I lost.
Scissors, cut, paper. So we're gonna go back in the beard past with Zach, which is
All right, let's go.
where we started with anyway.
Hey everybody, it's Friday, November 3rd. We're toward the end of the week. Hope you guys are have had a great week. Let's go ahead and go back in the bearded past with Zach. And today we're going to talk some sporting events. I try to keep it to football, but this time of year you have the NBA season starting. You have football. We're in week 7, 8, and then you have the Baseball World Series. I told you guys last week, this is probably one of the more exciting time for a lot of the sports nerds out there. So, let's see what happened in history on this day. So, the first thing I want to talk about is Jerry Rice. How many of you guys know the great Jerry Rice? On this day in 1996, he's the first player ever to have 1,000 career receptions. 1994, that's insane. He's just such a great player. One of the best. Those of you who had a chance to watch him, good for you. If you didn't get a chance to watch him, YouTube and just watch away. Also, too, Kobe Bryant in 1996, he made his debut as the youngest player in NBA history, breaking a 48-year-old record. So, we all know he went on to have a wonderful career. Unfortunately, he passed, but really, really cool there. Also, too, in history on this day, in 1934, Lefty Gomez, Lou Gehrig made the Yankees the only team in Major League Baseball history to have a pitching and a hitting Triple Crown winner in the same year. But here's the funny part. Neither of them finished top 2 in the MVP voting. Gomez finished 3rd and Gehrig came in 5th. How can you have 2 Triple Crown winners? That means they won, so for the hitting, for example, it's RBIs, average, and home runs, right? For the pitcher, it's ERA, wins, and strikeouts. All right? So to win every category, to be the best player in all those categories and not still be the MVP, I would say there was some gambling going on. And then last but not least, on Sunday, November 3rd of 1935, a crowd of 10,000 people gathered at Fenway Park to watch the then Boston Red Sox against the Philadelphia Eagles. While the Redskins lost by just 1 point, the game goes down in history with quarterbacks throwing a record 11 combined interceptions. That's just horrible. But you got to remember, too, the forward pass wasn't the art form that it is today. And 1987, we have Mark McGuire. And in 1997, Nomar Garciaparra win Rookie of the Year, you guys. Hey, enjoy your sports. If you're watching baseball, enjoy. Football, enjoy. If it's basketball, hey, have fun, man. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye.
All right, very good. That's going back in the bearded past. Nice job. Now we get to do the
National Day with Gabrielle.
George, thank you so much for visiting us here in Modesto. Thanks for coming.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's Friday, finally. This is a tiresome week. I'm glad it's over. But what happens? Now, it's the weekend. It could be a really relaxing weekend where we sit around doing nothing. It probably would be good. But none of us do. I hope, well, I know I don't. Something's always going on. But I thought I'd find a couple things, that are going on in case, you just don't want to sit home. Because, lots of things are happening. Lots of things happened last month. More things are going to be happening. So, I found a couple kind of cool things. Here in Modesto, it's the holiday market. And it's going to happen at the neighborhood church. And I guess they have just all kinds of stuff. It's like from 9 to 3. And they've got food and crafts and just all kinds of stuff. Just like this big, everybody's set up selling their homemade and cool things. Those are always the fun, kind of like a crafty fair to go to. They're going to have food and games and drinks, just all kinds of things. So that's at the neighborhood church. That should be really cool, and that's here in Modesto. Then if you live over in the Turlock, Houston, over there in that area, it's going to start Friday and go through Sunday at the Greenery. And the Greenery is in Turlock, and it is a nursery for plants and all that kind of stuff. But inside their building there, they have, I get in trouble every time I go in there because they have got so many cool things, and it always changes with the seasons. So Christmas time, they've got huge trees in there that are decorated. They've got all kinds of things to purchase, and they're different things, stuff you're not going to see, on Amazon or in the store or something like that. They've got all these really cool things that are very individual. And my daughter and I go in there and we say, we're just going to stop in just for a minute. And then we're in there for like a couple hours because you look in one area and there's so much to see, and then you move over to the next one and then the next one, and every area is different and they've got so many cool things. So that's a really cool and fun thing to go. So that's their kind of like open house starting for, the holiday season now that it's November. For Thanksgiving, it'll get shoved to the side except for the food. But, looking for something, kind of strolling around and just kind of taking it easy and looking at stuff. I think the holiday marketplace would be a great place to go, or the Greenery, just to start checking things out, because, if you don't start getting it now, come December, it ain't gonna be there. There'll be no ho 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 left. Everybody's gonna buy it up. So everybody have a great weekend. Have a relaxing weekend, and maybe go check out some cool stuff out there. See y'all on Monday.
George, thank you so much for visiting us here in Modesto. Thanks for coming.
All right, and that is it for Friday. So we'll see you 1 o'clock YouTube Live for Insta Live, Insta Trivia on YouTube.
Yeah, that thing that you said there's going to be a name change, but there's still no name change. It's a weird cycle.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I think we're just going to push the whole game change off to January. So somewhere in the beginning of January, once we get past the holidays and all the crazy, cool, fun stuff we're going to do, we'll get fixated on making that happen. It'll be a cool new version of the same great fun that we've been having, but just a little bit more fancy, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. All right, guys, have a great Friday. We'll see you 1 o'clock YouTube Live. Take care, everybody.